So I finished planing my gunnel material and I've ripped it down to dimension. This is the ash lumber that I've been processing. It is not long enough to accommodate the whole length of the canoe, so it's going to require scarf joints. I've built the jig today that's going to help me make those scarf joints. It's going to be about a 9-inch scarf joint. Once I take that over to the table saw and complete those scarf joints, then I'll use my West Systems epoxy to glue those up, wait overnight, and then take it to the router station, which is a collapsible station that I also built that I'll do a little round over to match the design of what came off the old Mad River Eclipse canoe. So I've saved some of this material just as reference, and I think I have the proper round over bit to give that same profile. So off to the table saw we go to make those scarf joints. I have 8 total pieces to make 4 total lengths of gunnel material for the in-whale and the out-whale to complete the gunnel. So the jig that I built is just a simple piece of scrap, 3/4 inch finished plywood that I had from a previous project. I attached this track that'll go right into the track of the table saw, and it'll slide as such. And then just took another piece of scrap wood, screwed it in, and what I'll then do is take my stock piece, use this as a fence, and get it into position. And I have some marks on my jig here that's going to give me the 8 to 9 inch scarf joint that I'm looking for. So as usual, I'll be using my West Systems 105 epoxy resin. That's the part 1 with the West Systems 205 fast hardener. And I'll also be adding some colloidal silica to thicken it up for a thickened epoxy for these joints. So the gunnel components have been scarfed to make one long length, both for the in-whale and out-whale. The epoxy cured overnight. So I'm going to begin with fit up of the in-whales, and then I'll move on to the out-whales. So the next step will be to mark and cut to fit the bow and the stern. And I'm going to get to that right now. So what I've done here is I've made my cut here on the outwale just after the bull nose here, because the deck is going to go on top, and I'm going to chamfer this and round it here. But all pictures I've seen is that this comes up short of the bull nose, but you can see that the bottom edge here is still on the curvature of the bow. And so when I chamfer that, so it'll be a little chamfer like this, it'll round into the hull, and then you can see the mark I made here, which is just about shy of that inside core, the inside vinyl here. And I just transferred that over and used a level to get a straight vertical, and then like I said, I'll round that in. The other thing I've done too is I've made these pencil lines all throughout the length of the hull, and those are the old screw holes. So you don't want to reuse the same screw holes. So I've marked them. I'm going to drill now in countersink and then remove the gunnels again. I'll know exactly where my drill locations are, so I can process these gunnels on my work table instead of taking the chance of messing up the new paint job and then the inside vinyl. So I'm going to get into the drilling now after I cut this and then the other two on the bow. Came out pretty good. Little touch up. So I'm happy with that. Again, I'll chamfer this. I'll cut that corner off. I'll cut the opposite corner off, round them in to the hull. Off to the bow. So the other important thing is to make sure that your gunnel hardware doesn't interfere with your seating hardware. And if you can see here, that's the mark of the old screw hole right here. And I will be golden here because the new screw application for the gunnels is going to be in between the two styles here for the seat. So that's one thing you want to check out for prior to continuing drilling your new gunnels. Make sure that your seats are going to be able to be installed properly with the proper hardware without interference from the gunnel hardware. So a little change of plans with my intention to use boiled linseed oil on the wood. I instead decided, after doing some reading last night, that boiled linseed oil probably isn't the best choice due to it fosters mildew, and I've used it in the past. I haven't had those issues, but I just don't want to have to do this again, and it kind of steered me away from that. I have boiled linseed on hand, that's why I was going to use it, but I went out today and I bought some Watco Danish oil in the natural finish. I'm going to just brush it on with a rag, and then put the gunnels back in place and then screw them in place for good. And then I'll move on to templating the decks, which I've done that with the gunnels installed temporarily. And I just got to cut out those patterns and then proceed from there. Yeah, so I'm going to get into the finishing using the Watco oil, natural finish, because I do want as light a wood as possible, because I think it's kind of like a brilliant appearance against the blue, the deep navy blue color, and it'll have white logo lettering. So yeah, natural finish. Gonna get started. So with the gunnels removed previously, I took some time to template the bow and the stern, and the deck will sit on the outer edge of the molded canoe, and will leave the outwales fully exposed. There is some shaping to do with both bow and stern decks, and I will shape that most likely with I'll try it with a spoke shave, and then perhaps a hand planer, but it's just a little bit of a camber on that, and just to match what came off. So now I'm going to be cutting out the templates, transferring that to some plain down ash lumber, and then start shaping the bow and stern decks.